as a coach, it's very important that my athletes have an understanding of what they're trying to achieve in a session. And for us on a Monday morning, it's a very solid aerobic session with a little bit of volume. So this morning's session on the board is going to be 5 kilometres. Now for us, that's a sort of a mid-distance session. We had been building up to 7 to 8 kilometres in earlier parts of the season, but for us now, we're lowering the volume and we're slightly lifting the intensity, being that we're in our second phase of training. So for the session this morning, I like to get up early and have a look at their training peaks, which is one of our training platforms, to then go through their data from the weekend. So for me, when I do that, then I can get in my mind what we should be doing Monday morning when we get to the pool. So with this morning's session, as I mentioned, it's around 5 kilometres and it's all in the early preparation. So the athletes will get here half an hour before they actually get in the water and activate and roll and release, as well as do some core, so they're switching that on so that when they get in the water they can really feel the way that they should be moving. So the follow on from that is making sure that our session plan allows them the opportunity come the main set to feel as good as they possibly can. So for me on a Monday morning, we generally start with fins. Now the fins for us allow us to open up our hips, loosen up our legs, and the other side of that is we put paddles on and we use our natural paddle, which is from here to here, with what I call a reverse paddle hold. So they hold their paddles upside down to try and use their natural paddle. So most Monday mornings I like to do that. The follow on from that is we do a little kick set, again with fins on, to really open their legs up after a heavy, dense leg weekend. I like to make sure that they loosen them up. Again, the follow on from that is we tend to have about 3 or 4 stages of our warm up, where I try to think of every part of their swimming mechanics to set them up again for that main set. The main set this morning is around 2.5 kilometres. Now for us, that's a sort of a session where they need to build speed throughout, which then will increase their strength. And following on from that, we then do a consistent pace set, which for them, they should be right to get into what I call a race pace. So that's the pace that they'll hold for anything between 750 and 1500 metres.